evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshata Nandagopal. What we showed you is some glimpses of the Mahakumbh today, where you had crores of devotees coming together to take a dip in the Trivedi Sangam. But amid that, early this morning, a tragedy that broke out. A stampede as devotees pushed through, attempting to make it to one point in the Ghat. We're going to be asking in this broadcast over the next 1 hour, what led to the stampede? What led to this tragedy? Was it mismanagement? Was it just simply the sheer number of people who'd gathered? We'll be breaking down all the details we have. Let's begin with the headlines. 10 feared dead and several injured in Mahakumbh stampede tragedy. Prime Minister condoles deaths. Chief Minister Yogi tells devotees to not fall for rumours. Nearly 6 crore take holy dip today despite stampede. Yamuna water war gets bigger. Haryana Chief Minister drinks Yamuna water at the Haryana river bank. Dares Atishi to do the same. Arvind Kejriwal backs his claim, says, hang me if I'm wrong. Prime Minister Modi tears into Kejriwal over poisonous Yamuna remarks, says the ex-CM has insulted Haryanvis, asserts all of Delhi drinks water sent by Haryana, including himself.
ना नल से जल आता है और जहां आता भी है वो बताने लायक भी नहीं है, पीने की तो बात छोड़ो, साफ नहीं होता है.
JPC Waqf draft report and revised bill adopted. TMC's Kalyan Banerjee, DMK's A. Raja dissent. 16 votes in favour, 11 against Waqf bill. Opposition netas have time to give their dissent notes. The deadline has ended. Beating retreat ceremony showcasing grandeur of India's military traditions held at Vijay Chowk in Delhi. President Murmu presides over ceremony. Prime Minister and Raksha Mantri attend. And Alibaba enters AI race, claims its new model outperforms DeepSeek and ChatGPT. Unfortunate news coming in on the stampede at the Mahakumbh. Sources telling us that the death toll could be more than 25 in the stampede at the Kumbh. Now, while initial reports suggested that it could be around 10, the information we have is that it could be more than 25. These are sources who are in fact getting us this latest update. We're still awaiting a formal communication from the state government, from the Yogi government on the exact figure. Gaurav Sawant is joining us live from Prayagraj with more details. Tragic, Gaurav, that the death toll now has gone up. It's suspected that it could be somewhere around 25, but at this point, we're still awaiting that communication from the government.
Akshata, it's extremely unfortunate as more details filter in of the tragedy that took place early this morning at 2 in the morning and barely a couple of 100 meters from where we are standing right now. Initially, all the injured were taken to hospital. Ambulance after ambulance were rushing people to the hospital, and everyone was being taken and given preliminary treatment, initial treatment. Several people were on what is known in military parlance as DI list or on a very critical list. But now India Today's reporters in Uttar Pradesh are learning that the death toll unfortunately could be much higher than the initially projected number of 10. The apprehension is, as more information filters in, the reports seem to indicate that the stampede took place at more places than one. It had a cascading effect. Initially, all the injured were taken in an ambulance to one location, and subsequently, as doctors treated them, the information seems to indicate that the casualty figure could be higher and much higher than what we know. Some of those who are critically injured, it is hoped and prayed they will survive, but the apprehension is that the toll could go much higher than what was initially said, later projected. And ultimately, when more information comes out, the administration is also now waiting for the medical board to submit its findings and submit its papers on what caused the death. The stampede and most likely asphyxiation is the likely cause of death. So it's only when the postmortem is completed will we have the full picture. But it's a very, very worrisome report that's coming in from the hospital here.
So at this point, there's still no clarity on the exact figure. We're hearing from our sources it could be over 25. Our hearts go out to the families, and countless of them, we hear, Gaurav, wait outside the hospital for any news about their loved ones. Perhaps the reason we've not really got a communication or a confirmation really on the numbers is because in this kind of a situation where you have crores of devotees coming together, a stampede breaking out, it also becomes very hard to identify those who've passed away in this tragedy.
Akshata, you're absolutely right. We'd reached the hospital a little before 3 in the morning, and at the hospital there were heartbreaking scenes as women, children, the elderly, they were looking for their missing survivors. There were all sorts of rumors doing the rounds, and we stopped short. We filed a report from the hospital. We gave the ground reality, but we stopped short of broadcasting some of those voices because the apprehension and the fear in their voices was such that we wanted the information to come in officially from them. And the administration was trying to tell these relatives or the next of kin that it will take us some time to identify. Naturally, relatives usually fear the worst. And, they were in tears outside the hospital. The administration in front of us took some of these relatives to a different room. But they said, unless, one, we've treated those who are injured, to identify those who may have lost their lives, we cannot give any information to the relatives, to the next of kin. So the police were asked to take photographs if people had any photograph for identification. So that's a long drawn process, and for the relatives it's a very, very painful process throughout to wait in fear, in apprehension, and not know what's happening to their relatives. Even now, a lot of information has not filtered out. The administration has been extremely tight-lipped, and one reason, I spoke to a police officer here, he said it's very important to ensure that no panic is caused, there's no repeat of stampede. Those who've come in are gradually permitted to leave. Once they've left the place, they'll sanitize it all and then ensure that sector-wise more people do not come in more than what the sector can take. So all of that is now being streamlined. Why wasn't it done effectively earlier remains the biggest question.
Absolutely. There are so many questions right now that will be asked of what led to this stampede, especially because for the last 48 hours or so, there has been information that, 10 crore plus devotees would be there for this very auspicious day for the Amrit Snan at the Mahakumbh. And yet, as early as 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, these chaotic scenes unfolded. At this point, and as you see these images, you see bodies that were piled up at the stampede spot. It's heartbreaking to imagine really what the family members are going through right now, because they still don't know if they've lost their loved ones or not in that stampede. Many people have been reported missing as a result as well. I'd like to bring in Kumar Abhishek also, who's joining us from Prayagraj with more details. Abhishek, जो पहली जानकारी था वो ये था कि शायद 10 लोग की मौत हुआ था इस हादसे में, लेकिन अभी जो खबर आ रहा है वो ये है कि शायद ओवर 25 कैजुअल्टीज है इसमें।
बिल्कुल अक्षिता, देखिए ये जो आंकड़ा है ये 25 से ज्यादा भी हो सकता है। अब से कुछ मिनटों के बाद ही ये ब्रीफिंग होने वाली है और जो कुंभ क्षेत्र के जो मेला के अधिकारी हैं, जिसमें डीएम मेला है, इसके अलावा एसएसपी मेला है, डीआईजी हैं, ये लोग इस बात की ब्रीफिंग करने वाले हैं कि कितने लोगों की मौत हुई है, कितने लोग इसमें घायल हुए हैं। दरअसल सुबह से हम लोगों ने जब से इसको रिपोर्ट करना शुरू किया है, कई लोगों की डेड बॉडीज हम लोगों ने देखी है। कई ऐसे परिजन मिले, कई ऐसे रिलेटिव्स मिले जिनको ये बताया गया कि उनके लोगों की लव्ड वन की उनकी मौत हुई है। इसके अलावा बहुत सारे लोगों को बकायदा उनके पोस्टमार्टम के बाद उनके परिवारों को सौंपा गया है। लेकिन एक आधिकारिक आंकड़ा जो ऑफिशियल फिगर है वो अभी तक सामने नहीं आया। सरकार दरअसल इसे लेकर डिले कर रही थी, लेट कर रही थी कि जो ये शाही स्नान है ये पूरा का पूरा निकल जाए, उसके बाद सरकार इस बारे में कोई आंकड़ा रखेगी। अब इतना देर से क्यों आंकड़ा दिया जा रहा है ये तो सरकार बताएगी, लेकिन निश्चित तौर पर इस वक्त कुछ देर में ये ऑफिशियल फिगर सामने होगा कि आखिर कितने लोगों की इस स्टैम्पीड में, इस भागदौड़ में मौत हुई है और कितने लोग घायल हैं। अक्षिता,
an important update that Abhishek is getting us there, that perhaps the reason the administration hasn't given out an official figure is because they were waiting for the Amrit Snan to come to an end, for the akhadas to go ahead and take that holy dip, so that no panic would break out again, to keep that situation under control and ensure that there's no spread of any sort of rumors or panic that could lead perhaps to another stampede-like situation. Gaurav, Kumar, Abhishek, request both of you to stay with us. Let's just round up in our next report all that we know about this unfortunate tragedy that broke out of the world's biggest gathering. 10 crore people, it was said, will descend in 24 hours at the Mahakumbh. Early this morning, when you had the biggest rush of crowds of devotees, that's when this stampede broke out.
A stampede at the world's largest spiritual gathering. Ahead of the auspicious Mauni Amavasya Snan, lakhs of devotees gathered at Prayagraj to take the divine dip of faith. But the crowd slowly spiraled out of control. Some devotees jumped the barricades, breaking a pole near the Sangam nose, triggering panic. Pilgrims ran into each other. Many sleeping devotees were trampled.
By and large, what we've seen is people right now are being wheeled into the hospital. More doctors have been called in, but we're still waiting for an official word on those who've been injured. There are several relatives who are still outside waiting for their loved ones, waiting for any information.
Ambulances rushed to the aid of those injured. At least 10 are feared dead, nearly 50 injured.
मौनी अमावस्या पर प्रयागराज महाकुंभ में आई भीषण भीड़ को देखते हुए प्रशासन के भी हाथ पैर फूले हुए हैं, क्योंकि भगदड़ हुई है और भगदड़ की वजह से कई लोगों की मौत हो गई है। वो सारे लोग संगम नोज पर ही स्नान करना चाहते हैं।
स्नान करके जल्दी स्नान करके।
No heed was paid to a top cop's warning on Tuesday evening. The officer had asked devotees to leave after the snan and avoid overnight stays at the ghats. But the appeal fell on deaf ears.
आप लोगों को जल्दी स्नान करके उन्हें भी सकुशल स्नान का मौका देना चाहिए। इसीलिए आप घाटों पे रात को ना सोएं, स्नान करें और जल्दी निकलते रहें घाटों से। गंगा मैया के बहुत सारे घाट बने हुए हैं। आप जिस घाट के करीब हैं, आप वहीं पे स्नान करें।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister assured the situation is under control. He appealed devotees to take their snans but refrain from heading towards the Sangam nose.
ये सब आयोजन सभी लोगों का है। प्रशासन उनकी सेवा के लिए पूरी तत्परता के साथ लगा हुआ है। लगभग 15 से 20 किलोमीटर के दायरे में अस्थायी घाट बनाए गए हैं। उसमें कहीं भी वे स्नान कर सकते हैं। आवश्यक नहीं कि संगम नोच की तरफ ही आए।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath multiple times, taking stock of rescue and relief efforts.
मैं यूपी सरकार के साथ निरंतर संपर्क में हूं। मैं प्रभावित परिवारों के प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं और घायलों के जल्द स्वस्थ होने की कामना करता हूं।
Opposition leaders slammed the Yogi government, claiming mismanagement in VIP culture had led to the tragedy.
इतने अनुभवों के बाद, इतने कुंभ बनाने के बाद, ये सरकार जो कहती थी कि हम बहुत पुख्ता इंतजाम करेंगे, उसके सारे इंतजाम फेल होते दिखते हैं। बहुत दुर्भाग्य की बात है, लेकिन मैं उसमें बहुत आगे नहीं जाना चाहता। मैं आशा करूंगा कि उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार बार जो इश्तहार देती है बड़े उसको हटाकर काम करे।
आप इतना बड़ा समारोह करा रहे हैं, आप दिल्ली में आके उपदेश दे रहे हैं, भाई उसकी व्यवस्था देखने के लिए आप थे ही नहीं उत्तर प्रदेश में। आप तो उत्तर प्रदेश छोड़ के योगी जी तो यहाँ दिल्ली के मोहल्लों के अंदर जो है अरविंद केजरीवाल को गालियां दे रहे हैं और उनको प्रशासन करने की कला सिखा रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, the faith of devotees at the Mahakumbh remains unshakable. Crores are taking the Amrit Snan at the Sangam. The akharas which temporarily halted the Amrit Snan resumed it as the situation limped back to normalcy. With Gaurav Sawant and Sanjay Sharma in Prayagraj, Bureau Report, India Today.
So what exactly led to this killer stampede at the Mahakumbh? There were several factors, unfortunately, which resulted in over 25 deaths now at the Kumbh. First, the fact that you had all the devotees rushing to one spot. There are ghats along the Kumbh, but they all wanted to head to the Sangam Nose at one ghat. They all tried to take the dip, which is what led to the crowds there and the stampede breaking out at that point. Now, despite authorities warning devotees repeatedly, they camped overnight at the ghats, essentially putting out plastic sheets, not even tents, plastic sheets on the ground, sleeping there in the cold, hoping essentially that they won't then miss out on a spot near the ghat. Cops' safety warnings also were ignored in this regard, saying very clearly, do not rest on the ghat, do not lie down there, keep your belongings with you. None of that happened. But there's also obviously questions being asked of the administration. First, when you knew 10 crore people were coming together, why was there simply not enough deployment on ground? Inadequate number of personnel was clearly visible there. That's what led to devotees also attempting to jump over the barricades and thereby adding to all of the chaos already playing out. Along the ghats, where you had maximum people pushing and trying to get into the water, there was a lack of enforcement there also. And this entire area along the ghat was packed, crowded, overcrowded. And yet you had more and more devotees continuing to come in. Should authorities have restricted the flow of devotees, told them wait till in fact this area gets cleared out, till people take the dip and come back, could that have avoided this tragedy? Let me bring in once again Gaurav and Kumar Abhishek on this. Gaurav, you were there early this morning at 2 a.m. when in fact this tragedy broke out. Take us through the sequence of events as you witnessed it, Gaurav. How did that news first trickle in? How did you realize that, look, something's not right?
So both Kumar Abhishek and I were on our way to the Sangam, to the Trivedi Sangam, because we knew the morning Amavasya Snan would start at 5:30 a.m. to get from where our tent was to this location. And since you've covered Kumbh and you know this area, it's a couple of kilometers, but just to travel those couple of kilometers, it takes about 2 hours at times, 2.5 hours at times because of the crowd. So we were ready in time, and around a little before 2, we'd left our tent and we were walking towards this place, and suddenly the place was chock-a-block and you heard literally a cacophony of ambulance sirens repeatedly, and loud hailers and police asking people to disperse, and panicked, and people were chock-a-block. So as soon as we got the first bit of information that there had been a stampede, we rushed to the hospital to get the initial report, and that is why we were able to, and then we walked to the Mela hospital. We were able to report from 3 o'clock the number of ambulances. It was almost like a train with multiple bogies coming in, one ambulance after the other, bringing in the injured, and everyone was being rushed in. So for, we were not permitted inside. 2, we didn't even try to go inside because first aid to the injured was of primary importance. We waited for the doctors to give us information, and then by the time we came back here to start reporting from 5 in the morning for the Snan that was to start at 6, we knew there had been a massive tragedy and there had been losses of life. Unfortunately, the figures weren't out. Our local teams were able to gather information. Kumar Abhishek and his team, they were able to gather information counting the mortal remains, and we knew at least 10, but the number was higher. At least 10 were dead. More than 10 were critically injured. And the doctors on sources had told Abhishek that the number could go much higher, and he's breaking that information about at least 25, and the number could sadly be much higher, have lost their lives, and many more remain on the DI list or remain critically injured. So that's where we were able to get the information, and through the night the police was appealing to devotees to leave. The tragedy is they were appealing and not enforcing. The senior police officers on loudhailers were asking people to take a dip and move on, move on, move on. The devotees, including several I interviewed on camera on India Today and Aaj Tak, they repeatedly said, we are not satisfied with one dip. Emotionally, we are not satisfied. Spiritually, we are not satisfied. We'll come back for another dip, another dip, another dip. And that is what led to the tragedy, that more people kept coming in. The egress or the exit wasn't that numbers. It swelled and it had a cascading effect.
You're so right, Gaurav, in saying it doesn't work with just appeals. You need to enforce. When I was there at the Kumbh, I noticed on the Amrit Snan, the first Amrit Snan that happened, I hailed the cops. They've done such a great job of managing the entire situation, of controlling the crowds, of ensuring the entire area was perfectly barricaded. Everyone went, took a holy dip and came back. So what changed from that day to today? Was it simply, Gaurav, that the numbers swelled up and the authorities were overwhelmed by that? Or do you think that there were clearly problems with how the administration also took up this issue of managing the crowds?
In the Makar Sankranti Snan, the administration was in the eye of a storm for being too strict. Remember, horses entering the water, ushering devotees out, and literally pushing them out. That worked. Sometimes you need to be a little strict to ensure that people follow the law of the land and the norms and the rules that have been set. So people kept leaving. As more people came in, people who'd already taken a dip, they kept leaving. This time, for 2 days, I kept seeing people taking a dip and staying back once again, taking a dip, drying their clothes, staying there once again, and then taking another dip. So the numbers just kept swelling, and it was literally bursting at the seams. On India First last night, I reported that Kumbh is bursting at the seams. It's going to be a huge challenge for security forces. That was 10 o'clock at night. Sadly, 4 hours later, there was a massive stampede. It was there for all to see. I'm surprised. This was supposed to be this digital Kumbh, and artificial intelligence was being used, AI was being used to know which sector is full, where people need to move out. There are multiple roads. You've reported from ground, so you know there is one entry, there is a separate exit, then there is a secondary lane for an emergency and a third lane for an emergency, for emergency services to move in.
Correct.
All of that collapsed because the administration did not enforce that law. People were going on the same track, they were coming back on the same track, and that led to all the chaos. And some were sleeping on the same track.
Imagine that you've got crores of people coming together. There are some who are camping there. Perhaps if the administration had worked on clearing those areas, ensuring they enforced not just to appeal to people not to sleep on those ghats, not to leave their belongings behind, you wouldn't see this kind of a tragedy playing out. You wouldn't see over 25 lives being lost. People who were there to go ahead and celebrate their faith, people who were there to take a holy dip, and unfortunately paying with their lives for what clearly seems to be mismanagement on ground. Gaurav, stay with me. I asked you earlier about what really it looked like. How did this play out from 2 a.m.? That's when the first report came in of a stampede. Let's break down for you our reports by India Today's correspondents, fortunately, who were safe during the stampede, taking us through what exactly happened.
The road in this direction goes up to the Sangam Nose, where the devotees are going for their holy dip, and you can steadily see a stream of ambulances coming to the Sangam Nose and going back from this area. If you look at this entire area, you will see it bustling with the devotees. The security personnel are having a very tough time trying to stop the people, and even for the ambulance to pass by is a tough ask. So we have seen ambulances streaming, and you can see another one that's coming right behind. there are ambulances which are going to the Sangam Nose and coming back from the area. It is a huge task for the entire administration, for the security forces here, with devotees supposed to touch the number of devotees coming here for Holy Dip on Mauni Amavasya supposed to touch at least 10 crores. You can see ambulances streaming one after the other. You've seen 2 go that side. Now there are at least 4 ambulances. Another one which is going back from this side. And the ambulances are constantly streaming towards the Sangam Nose. It is a tough situation for all the security personnel. You can see the ambulances with emergency medical services, the ICU facilities in these ambulances making their way, trying to make their way to the Sangam Nose.
Constantly for the past about 45 minutes, ambulances are rushing in. Ambulances are bringing people who were caught in that massive crowd. By and large, what we've seen is people right now are being wheeled into the hospital. More doctors have been called in, but we're still waiting for an official word on those who've been injured. There are several relatives who are still outside waiting for their loved ones, waiting for any information about their loved ones. But the hospital administration and the Uttar Pradesh police are asking them to wait for doctors to examine those who've been brought to this hospital and only then give an official word.
मौनी अमावस्या पर प्रयागराज महाकुंभ में आई भीषण भीड़ को देखते हुए प्रशासन के भी हाथ पैर फूले हुए हैं, क्योंकि भगदड़ हुई है और भगदड़ की वजह से कई लोगों की मौत हो गई है। वो सारे लोग संगम नोज पर ही स्नान करना चाहते हैं। यही वजह है कि प्रशासन तो लोगों को डाइवर्ट करना चाहता है, लेकिन लोग किसी भी सूरत में किसी भी कीमत पर संगम की तरफ ही जाना चाहते हैं और वहीं स्नान के लिए जाने के लिए जिद पर अड़े हैं। यही वजह है कि ये पूरा मार्ग, इस मार्ग से संतों महंतों को अमृत स्नान करने के बाद वापसी की यात्रा करनी थी, लेकिन वो वापसी की यात्रा मार्ग पर लोगों की भीषण भीड़ है। जहां उनके रथों की वाहनों की पार्किंग होनी थी वहां भी भीड़ है, और उधर जहां से संतों महंतों को शोभा यात्रा के साथ यहां शाही स्नान के लिए यानी अमृत स्नान के लिए आना था, वहां भी लोगों को रखा गया है, क्योंकि भीड़ इतनी अनियंत्रित हो गई है।
Okay, so that gave you a sense of the chaos that broke out early this morning. The biggest crowds, and we saw this on day 1 of the Amrit Snan when I was there at the Mahakumbh. Your biggest crowds come in early in the morning. That's when the devotees want to take a holy dip, before the akhadas really start coming in there to take the dip as well, which is why the stampede broke out so early. From early this morning, we've been reporting for you, getting you those details, sources telling us that over 25 deaths perhaps could be reported in this stampede. But we are also standing by for the first press conference, for the first official briefing on the stampede, that perhaps we could get some sense of how many deaths have really been reported. Looking at the kind of images that are coming in of the stampede, the ambulances constantly rushing back and forth, families desperately searching for their loved ones, it does look very, very grim right now with regards to how many casualties could be reported. And as Gaurav has been telling us, many of those who've been hospitalized also are in a critical condition. So there is, unfortunately, that grim possibility of the number of deaths going up. But here right now, Gaurav, the administration is under a whole lot of scrutiny. One, because they kept saying that, look, there are going to be 10 crore plus devotees. So this number most definitely couldn't have caught them by surprise. Secondly, also, their response post the stampede, not with regards to the emergency response and the ambulances being there, hospital providing the necessary first aid, but in the fact that so many hours on, we still don't know how many casualties have been reported.
You know, Akshita, when I spoke to a senior police officer here, he said the figure would be given out once the Amrit Snan is over. They were waiting for the official Amrit Snan to be over, for that Shubh Muhurt to be over. They were waiting for more clarity on not just identification of those who had been killed, but also, in case possible, to get the families and next of kin to see the mortal remains and hand over the mortal remains. Also, they were waiting for post-mortem to be completed. We are told in a number of cases all these formalities have been completed. In some cases, these formalities remain. Then those figures will be given out. But the tragedy is huge. It is immense. And while the administration was well aware, remember on day one, they said this is happening after 144 years. This is where you will have more than 40 crore devotees who will take a dip. This was known that Mauni Amavasya is the most auspicious day. It was known that devotees would come there and try to take the holy dip before the akhadas come in at 6:30, and then because they'd have to wait the entire day when all the 13 akhadas have taken a dip, only then they can take a dip. So all of that was known. It's the contingencies. Everything has to be war gamed. In the armed forces, they always say you carry out sand model exercises, you carry out exercises, you carry out dry runs, then you war game what are the contingencies, and you war game the worst case scenario, and then you prepare. All of this was actually done on paper, and we were briefed about it. We were told artificial intelligence is being used, that if one sector has too many people, which are the roads that will be opened to move the crowds away, which pontoon bridge is to be opened to move crowds to the other side of the river to ease the pressure. All of this was war gamed. Unfortunately, it's the implementation. The devil lies in the detail, with so many senior police officers, with so many senior administration officers, who was ultimately taking the call on opening those gates, on moving those people, on getting the people out. This is where the responsibility will have to be decided. Unfortunately, they may order an inquiry, and there may be a judicial inquiry by a retired judge. But ultimately, what will happen? Last Kumbh tragedy, there were lives lost in 2012. At the railway station, there was a stampede. And then there's a history of tragedies that have taken place in Kumbh. That's because when you know things can go wrong, you prepare for contingencies and you implement. Implementation is what failed here.
No, and right now, the crisis for authorities will also be to ensure that when this rush, crores of devotees now try to head back to their homes, railway stations are adequately equipped to handle the crowds, and there's no sort of chaos that breaks out or panic that breaks out, because obviously devotees also scared after taking the dip will want to head back home as soon as possible. Let's hope that they have those measures in place. We're standing by for a press conference, first official press conference by the UP police and the UP government, where we will put forth those questions as well about what kind of additional measures are now being taken after what's happened at the Mahakumbh after this stampede. We're cutting straight across to the first briefing by the UP government on the Mahakumbh stampede.
36 घायलों का इलाज स्थानीय मेडिकल कॉलेज में चल रहा है। श्रद्धालुओं की सुविधा के लिए मेला प्रशासन द्वारा हेल्पलाइन नंबर 1920 जारी किया गया है, जिस पर यदि कोई व्यक्ति गायब है तो उसके संबंध में जानकारी प्राप्त की जा सकती है। इस समय स्थिति सामान्य है। माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी द्वारा सभी पूज्य महामंडलेश्वरों, संतों एवं अखाड़ों से वार्ता कर आग्रह किया गया है और सभी इस अमृत स्नान के भागीदार बने। सभी पूज्य शंकराचार्य।
देखिए, ये मेला क्षेत्र में, अखाड़ा क्षेत्र में बैरिकेड्स लगे हुए हैं और अन्य जगहों पे भी बैरिकेड्स लगे हुए हैं। तो घाट पे और अखाड़ों पे जो बैरिकेड्स हैं, उसी में बैरिकेड्स में कुछ बैरिकेड्स टूट गए और बैरिकेड्स टूटने की वजह से जो श्रद्धालु नीचे कई बार जमीन पे सो जाते हैं या वेट करते हैं ब्रह्म मुहूर्त का, वो उनके ऊपर दूसरे श्रद्धालु अफरा तफरी में चढ़ गए, जिससे वो जो नीचे जो सोए हुए श्रद्धालु थे वो नीचे आ गए, वो कुचले गए जो श्रद्धालु तेजी से चले उनके ऊपर, उनके द्वारा। तो ये बेसिकली एक ऐसी स्थिति उत्पन्न हुई जो कि जो श्रद्धालु ब्रह्म मुहूर्त का वेट कर रहे थे और जो श्रद्धालु तुरंत वहां पे आए थे, तो उनके बीच में कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा एक वो रहा कि वो देख नहीं पाए कि नीचे कौन है, और उसकी वजह से ये दुखद हादसा हुआ। आई वुड लाइक टू ब्रीफ वन मोर पॉइंट। एक चीज मैं और बताना चाहूंगा। आज 29 जनवरी को शासन ने सख्त निर्देश दिए थे कि कोई भी वीआईपी प्रोटोकॉल नहीं होगा। आज मेला पुलिस ने, मेला प्रशासन ने कोई भी वीआईपी प्रोटोकॉल एंटरटेन नहीं किया। जो भी मुख्य स्नान पर्व हैं, आगामी जैसे बसंत पंचमी का भी एक पर्व है जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा भीड़ होती है, उस पर भी कोई वीआईपी प्रोटोकॉल हम लोगों के द्वारा एंटरटेन नहीं किया जाएगा। ये ब्रीफिंग आपको हम लोगों ने देखिए, चूंकि
एक मिनट, मैं जैसे डीआईजी महोदय ने कहा, मैं पुलिस प्रशासन, मेला प्रशासन की ओर से जिन परिवारों ने अपना एक परिवार के सदस्य खोया है, उनके प्रति हम बहुत संवेदना व्यक्त करते हैं, और जिनकी मृत्यु हुई है उनका श्रद्धांजलि व्यक्त करते हैं। अभी हमारी प्रायोरिटी है कि जो भीड़ अभी भी स्नान कर रही है उसको तत्काल अपने गंतव्य तक सुरक्षित भेजें। जो भी माननीय पूजनीय संत श्रद्धालु तीर्थयात्री आए हुए हैं उनको हम कहें। मैं आपसे विनम्र निवेदन करता हूं, सभी मीडिया साथियों से हमारा सहयोग करिए। अभी मुझे और डीआईजी महोदय को और पूरी टीम को सुरक्षित सबको गंतव्य भेजने के लिए पूरी तत्परता से फील्ड में रहकर काम करना पड़ेगा। बहुत बहुत आभार, बहुत बहुत आभार।
Okay, so the first briefing, official briefing there by the UP government, where they've confirmed the death toll. 30 people unfortunately have died in the stampede at the Mahakumbh, 60 people injured. Now, of the 30, we understand that 28 bodies have been identified. 2 more, they're yet to identify. The post-mortem has been conducted. Now, the officials are also confirming that the stampede broke out as a result of people trying to break through the barricades, and that led to chaos. It led to this tragedy happening. And if that is the case, that the barricades at these akhadas were broken and the people were trying to push through, it obviously also raises question of what kind of preparations were done on the ground. Obviously raises questions about mismanagement. What was at one point thought to be about 10 deaths now unfortunately has risen up to 30 deaths in that stampede incident that broke out at 2 a.m. in the morning at the Mahakumbh. Now, not many questions really that the administration took, but they did appeal to everyone to maintain calm. They appealed to everyone to cooperate with the authorities as they continue to ensure that the Mahakumbh goes on smoothly. After the stampede, they did manage to bring back normalcy. But obviously, there will be questions about why the administration didn't foresee that something like this could happen. If you've got crores of devotees coming together and then you barricade them in one particular space, there would obviously be all chaos that breaks out. Several devotees tried to push through the barricades. You see those also in the images on our screens. And that's what led to the stampede breaking out, as everyone then tried to push through the barricades and make their way out of the restricted space that was given to them. 30 deaths have been reported, and we will also get details of those who've died, the devotees who've died. We understand that authorities have been able to identify about 28 of them, so the families have already been notified. Your heart goes out really to all the family members. These are families who touched down at the Mahakumbh, hoping for this to be an auspicious visit, to take the holy dip for the betterment of their loved ones, for the betterment of their families. So what's happened to them is heartbreaking. It's truly tragic. And 28 of those bodies have been identified, so the families have been informed that their loved ones are no more. And as we continue tracking the latest updates on this, we also now have a confirmation of the number of people who've been injured in the stampede, over 60 right now. We will also await some sort of details about the condition of these 60 injured, whether they're in a critical condition. But let's play out for you exactly what the district magistrate said when he confirmed that death toll.
मौनी अमावस्या का मुख्य स्नान पर्व था 29 जनवरी 2025 को। इसमें ब्रह्म मुहूर्त से पूर्व प्रातः 1 बजे से 2 बजे के मध्य पेला क्षेत्र में अखाड़ा मार्ग पर भारी भीड़ का दबाव बना, और इस भीड़ के दबाव के कारण दूसरी ओर के बैरिकेड्स टूट गए और भीड़ के लोग बैरिकेड्स बांधकर दूसरी तरफ ब्रह्म मुहूर्त के स्नान का इंतजार कर रहे श्रद्धालुओं को कुचलना शुरू कर दिया। यद्यपि प्रशासन ने तत्काल राहत और बचाव कार्य करते हुए ग्रीन कॉरिडोर बनाया और एम्बुलेंस के माध्यम से लगभग 90 घायलों को अस्पताल तक पहुंचाया, परंतु इसमें से दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण तरीके से 30 श्रद्धालुओं की दुखद मृत्यु हो गई है।
Okay, so 30 deaths confirmed. Also, just to update that information that I put out earlier, 25 of those bodies have been identified. 5 remain unidentified right now. So we are, of course, awaiting those details. Important also to highlight here that while there was a lot of criticism coming the administration's way, saying that this was the result of VIP movement at the Kumbh, of ensuring that, VIPs got all the necessary space, and so the devotees were boxed up in one corner. You've got the administration saying that's not true. No VIP movement, no VIP protocol was put in place, and simply no VIPs were entertained for the day. So that's the administration setting the record straight on that particular claim that it was because of VIP movement that the stampede broke out. Nevertheless, there are questions that the administration must answer about why the devotees, when they were in such large numbers, were restricted to one particular area using barricades. And so the devotees, desperate to get out, started to push through. Kumar Abhishek is joining us with more details on that particular briefing. Very short briefing, Abhishek. Death toll, casualty figure confirm ho gaya. 30 deaths have been reported. But जिन सवालों पे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या ये नेग्लिजेंस की वजह से था, क्या ये मिसमैनेजमेंट की वजह से था, उस पे कुछ आंसर्स नहीं मिला अब तक।
नहीं, बिल्कुल उस पर बहुत ज्यादा प्रशासन की तरफ से कोई जानकारी नहीं दी गई है, लेकिन ये जरूर खाली बताया गया कि 30 लोगों की मौत हुई है, कुल 90 लोग घायल हैं, 25 लोग की शिनाख्त हुई है, पहचान की गई है, और 5 लोगों की डेड बॉडीज अभी तक उसकी पहचान नहीं हो पाई है। एक 1920 एक नंबर जारी किया गया है ताकि लोग अपने परिजनों के बारे में पता कर सकें, लेकिन क्या ये आंकड़ा इतने ही तक है या फिर ये आंकड़ा बढ़ेगा, ये भी एक बड़ा सवाल है। बहुत छोटा सा एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ, बहुत ब्रीफ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, और उस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में इतना सिर्फ बताया गया है कि क्यों और कैसे ये घटना घटी है, लेकिन तैयारियों के बारे में या फिर किस तरीके से रोकने की कोशिश हुई, इसके बारे में बहुत ज्यादा जानकारी नहीं दी गई है। लेकिन अभी तक सरकार ने ये माना है, प्रशासन ने ये माना है कि 30 लोगों की मौत हुई है।
Unfortunate, really. 30 people have died. So many questions, as Kumar Abhishek also tells us, that remain unanswered about the circumstances in which the stampede broke out, and accountability on the part of the administration. Thanks very much, Kumar Abhishek, for joining us with those details. We're going to continue asking these questions of the administration, because on a day when you had 10 crore devotees expected, how did this kind of a stampede break out? And then obviously there are questions about what will happen on the other auspicious days of the Mahakumbh. How will the administration ensure that there's no repeat of this kind of a tragedy at the Mahakumbh? We will continue tracking all the latest that comes in, but that's all I have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks for tuning in.